This is a great question, and I appreciate you asking it because there's so much talk about the WEF, IDU, and Project 2025. So right now the world is caught in a power struggle between these competing global visions, that of the WEF, which is a corporate system that promotes economic cooperation, climate policies, and digital governance. And then there's the IDU, which is a global network of right-wing parties that want to dismantle democracy, privatize government functions, and consolidate power under far-right corporate elites. And then you have Project 2025, which is a US-based plan by the Heritage Foundation to turn America into an authoritarian state, which IDU-aligned leaders can then export to other countries, including Canada. So how do they connect? Well, the real power struggle is that many MAGA extremists claim WEF is a globalist enemy pushing a one-world government. But they conveniently ignore the fact that IDU is also a global network, but for the far right. WEF promotes regulation, corporate government partnerships, and climate action, where IDU promotes deregulation, corporate dominance, and nationalist policies. Both do push a form of globalism, but WEF's is economic cooperation, while IDU's is far-right nationalism. So MAGA and IDU leaders frame WEF as the enemy to distract people from their own corporate-backed takeover plans. The real fight isn't nationalism versus globalism, it's democracy versus authoritarianism. So Project 2025 is the US version of the IDU's global plan. It's the Heritage Foundation's blueprint to turn the US into a one-party authoritarian state, fire government workers and replace them with MAGA loyalists, eliminate climate policies, LGBTQ plus rights, and democratic checks, dismantle government institutions and privatize public services. The IDU ensures this blueprint spreads globally, and Pierre Poilievre and Canada's Conservatives are IDU members. If Poilievre had become PM, we would have seen Project 2025 light in Canada. Far-right parties in Europe, Australia, and beyond are using the same tactics. Project 2025 is the how, and the IDU is the where, to answer your question. The goal is a global network of far-right governments, all following the same authoritarian playbook. So where does WEF fit into this? Well, it values democracy, stability, and global cooperation. It pushes for regulations, climate policies, and tech governance. It's a system of power designed to manage capitalism, not overthrow democracy. IDU and Project 2025 aren't just competing with the WEF, they're trying to replace it with something even worse, an unchecked corporate autocracy. MAGA and IDU leaders attack WEF because they need an enemy to distract from their own authoritarian agenda. So, bringing this to a conclusion, Trump, IDU, and the corporate takeover of democracy is important. Trump's return and Project 2025 are critical because they will accelerate the IDU's global influence. And a Trump-led US will pressure Canada, the UK, and other IDU-aligned nations to follow MAGA policies. And Pierre would have aligned Canada with MAGA's far-right corporate-driven vision. The IDU will use Project 2025 as a blueprint for a global shift towards far-right government. And while the world is distracted by WEF conspiracy theories, the IDU is quietly building a global authoritarian empire. WEF has its faults, sure, but IDU and Project 2025 are an existential threat to democracy. Again, we're not fighting globalism, we're fighting fascism. The real war isn't about globalism versus nationalism, it's democracy versus authoritarianism. It's corporate rule versus corporate power. It's stability versus chaos. And if people don't wake up, IDU, Project 2025, and MAGA will succeed in dismantling democracy worldwide. Peace out. And if you're not already following me, you should. It's going to be a ride.